Tonight we begin with yet another blow for President William Ruto after the High Court declared the new university funding model unconstitutional. Justice Chacha Mwita in his ruling declared the funding model, now in its second year of implementation, unconstitutional on grounds that it was not subjected to public participation prior to its implementation. The model had been criticized for what was labeled discrimination and a violation of the rights of students in institutions of higher learning. Brenda Wanga reports.
The ruling is a culmination of a one-year-long court battle initiated by the Kenya Human Rights Commission, Elimu Bora Working Group and the Students' Caucus to have the new university funding model thrown out. The organizations had moved to court to petition it to do away with the model, one of President William Ruto's legacy projects, on grounds that it was unconstitutional and did not give priority to the students' needs. Today, the judge agreed with the petitioners and declared it unconstitutional.
A declaration is hereby issued that the variable scholarship and loan funding model is unconstitutional for lack of public participation. An order of prohibition is hereby issued prohibiting implementation of the variable scholarship and loan funding model until the government complies with constitutional and legal requirements where necessary. This being a public interest litigation, each party shall bear their own costs.
The judge further noted that the model was discriminatory and went against the rights of the students as enshrined in Article 53 of the Constitution that guarantees every child the immediate right to free and compulsory basic education.
As already pointed out earlier, this funding model is not anchored on any law. The body to which appeals lie is unknown, its composition is unknown, and so is its procedures. A declaration is hereby issued that implementation of the variable scholarship and loan funding model as currently stands contravenes Section 53 of the Constitution under the mandate of the Higher Education Loans Board and is unlawful.
The variable scholarship and loans funding model was unveiled in the 2023-2024 academic year. It sought to provide financial assistance for students in universities and TVETs through scholarships, loans, and student household contributions. The students' applications were then subjected to a means testing instrument to determine the students' level of financial need that then led to them being placed in 5 bands, with the most needy being placed in Band 1 and receiving 70% of government scholarships, 30% of loans, and contributing 5% at the household level. The least needy were placed in Band 5 and allocated 30% of the scholarships, 30% of the loans, and 40% contribution at household level. Unlike the old model that gave funding to students on a uniform basis, the new one categorized students, a move that the courts found discriminatory. Despite the opposition to the model, the Kenya Kwanza government has been adamant that it is a silver bullet to the woes of higher education funding and taking anyone contrary to their opinion head on.
I am deliberate, I am intentional, and I am focused on making sure that we have a model that does not again take our university education to where we have it with 120 billion debt.
It was also blamed for the late placement of students into universities and colleges due to the rigors of the categorization of students into financial bands. The ruling has been welcomed by those most affected, the students.
And I'm so happy that at least there's a sign of a right direction since the judgment has been ruled according to our favor.
That will take home as a Christmas gift. We are back to the differentiated unit cost, which was pretty much affordable to the student community, and it sends a glimmer of hope, not only to the students, but to the members of the general public who are in one way or the other attached to the education process in the country.
Otherwise, ile old model haikuwa mbaya, sababu haikuwa najua maskini na tajiri. Na tunasema ya kwamba ile model ya zamani iendelee.
So we support the judiciary because they are the only organ that is there to stand with the Kenyans on this regime.
Ilikuwa imeletwa ni kama ilikuwa na selective na kwanza inaangalia watoto wa wale watu wakubwa.
This model has refused to work. So many children have missed opportunities to study.
The ruling now leaves the higher education funding in limbo, especially for first and second year students, as the government is forced to go back to the drawing board to figure out a way forward. Brenda Wanga.